I just finally finished Pulp Fiction from start to finish.
Oh yeah, we found this out at game night.
Yeah.
That Ryan has never really finished it.
I've never... two fucking things. I don't know why you are friends with me. Firefly.
I don't either right now.
Firefly and fucking Pulp Fiction. Those two goddamn pieces of media I've never ever watched. Anyway.
All in favor to kick Ryan off the podcast?
Yay.
Nay.
I think
I want you here.
Dude, there's so
You're
many.
changing it up.
There's so many things that I haven't seen that I should absolutely have seen.
But you're spending your time watching Jungle Cruise and Space Mountain.
I guess the most surprising part is you love Quentin Tarantino so much. I figured you would actually look into this.
I've watched Pulp Fiction, but not from fucking front to back.
That's how you watch movies. You've been
No.
doing it wrong for all these years.
Tarantino movies. Tarantino,
Yes.
you can watch them in a fucking YouTube segment.
You shouldn't.
You can,
Watch them in one sitting with a small intermission in the middle.
but you can.
But you shouldn't.
Like,
I mean, Pulp Fiction is a really good example of like you could just kind of like do each little segment.
No. you
I
can't.
think
Sorry.
Tarantino, if he wants to reinvent himself, has his own YouTube channel, and he literally has his own movies broken down in their segments. And he's like, you fucking figure it out.
I might like that more.
I wouldn't.
I mean, because he could throw in a little Kill Bill, he could throw in Pulp Fiction, and you'd be like, I guess. Anyway, Pulp Fiction.
You're a bad person.
I'm a wonderful person.
I know. I'm sorry.
Okay. I finally get it. I finally get why this movie is a cult classic. I get all the scenes. I get why Tarantino loves Uma Thurman. I love the fact that Sam Jackson is a badass throughout the entire movie. Bruce Willis's part is probably most underrated part in the movie, because you have this entire story arc with Ving Rhames, and you have all this stuff going on in the background. But when Bruce Willis shows up, what, 2/3 into the movie?
Yeah, I don't know.
Two
It's
thirds
been a
of-
long time since I've seen that.
So you get Travolta, you get Sam Jackson, and you get the and then they go back to that part. See, that's where Pulp Fiction is one of those movies where you can't, like, it doesn't matter if you watch the whole thing in one sitting. Like, you...
Yes, it does.
No.
It does.
There's...
Your eyes have been opened now.
Travolta dies in the movie, and then he comes back later on.
Well, spoilers.
Good God. This movie's been out for how long? Like, what, 20 years? And you're just going out saying the plot like that?
Yeah, I guess so.
Jeez. You act like it's the first time you ever seen it.
It's not. It's the first time I've ever seen it in its entirety in one sitting. And I took 2 sittings.
How?
See, okay, so you didn't even do it.
But
You
Well,
didn't
he
even
did-
actually succeed.
He did what you told him to do: is take a brief intermission.
That's called a nap.
It was a very long nap in a day.
Exactly. Did you get more
What?
appreciation from this?
I did. I got more appreciation for Ving Rhames.
Does it
because-
make more sense watching it like you did now, instead of like segments that you did before?
No.
Oh,
Are you
But-
sure? You didn't sound confident when you said that.
I mean, I get why this movie is what it is and how it's pieced together now, but it made the same amount of sense. I mean, I was okay watching it like throughout the rest of my life, with watching clips here and there and not finishing it, and then finishing it finally. I guess really what I want to get to the point is Bruce Willis like pulls out the samurai sword and slices the bad guy from The Mask. What's his name? Zed. And there's so many what I got out of this is all the cultural references. Like, there's a band called Zed's Dead. That was a quote from the movie. There's a lot of N-words what Tarantino said and like throughout the movie. I got that now. I understood why these things are said throughout time, you know. I understand the dialogue now through the diner scene and with the retro cars, and I understand the whole tranquilizer or the adrenaline shot through because she snorted heroin instead of cocaine.
So you saw all these things out of order. You're like, this is really weird. I don't understand why they are shooting something in her chest.
100%. I got where they got the drugs from, and how, like, why they went back to his house and why they went to Tarantino's house, and the whole backstory behind why they shot not LeVar Burton. What's his name?
Jordy?
Phil Lamar in the face. Lamar? He's a bat. I don't know. But they shot, and like seeing that play out as an adult made a lot of sense to me. It was funny.
Yeah.
It was hilarious, and like everybody's so nonchalant in this whole entire like bullshit going on. I mean, Ving Rhames is getting raped in the ass, and he just like gets up and he just decides to like he's gonna shoot this guy in the dick. This movie was hilarious. It was hilarious.
Yes, it was.
So
Welcome to the 90s. When
Welcome
did this come
to-
out?
I like 94, I want to say.
Yeah, welcome to the 90s.
I know. See, and it made me appreciate like I started getting references in Kill Bill and other Tarantino movies. I was like, this is basically the staple of Tarantino's career.
Mm-hmm. This is the basis.
This is the basis. I thought it was Reservoir Dogs because Reservoir Dogs was, and apparently this is a spiritual sequel to Reservoir Dogs, right? Is so I've heard.
I don't know off the top of my head, but
like you get the two hitmen and they're part of God, what's Ving Rhames' character's name? Been so long since I watched it. Anyway, watch Pulp Fiction front to back and take your intermission if you want. And yeah, Bruce Willis, my favorite part, most underrated part in the movie, especially when he loses the watch, or like his girlfriend doesn't bring the watch, and and he's like, "You forgot the watch? That's the only thing I forgot to. You should have brought." And then he goes back and like finds Travolta in there and just has that gun and just.
it's good stuff.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I could spoil a lot of shit in this movie because it's old.
Yes, you can.
True.
But it's new to you. Well, at least in sequence.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, dude, I've watched all Tarantino's movies except for I've watched Four Rooms. I've watched Reservoir Dogs. I've watched Kill Bill 1 and 2. I've watched The Hateful Eight. I've watched Django, Grindhouse.
Yeah, but a lot of those are not like in that style. They're more just like solid. You just go straight through. It's not like the segments. You
Like
know?
Kill Bill is.
Yeah, Kill Bill is Inglourious Bastards.
Inglourious Bastards. Even Hateful Eight is.
Hey, what? Oh yeah, I guess it is kind of.
Dude, they were talking about Hateful Eight being broken down into like a mini series because it's so long.
That's true. Well, and also how they did it. Okay, I get. Oh fuck.